What better notification do you need that fall is here when you see headless horsemen, hay rides, and haunted houses, their skeleton perched high up on its tree? That's how you know autumn is here. Here, summer's coming to an end, and you can slowly feel that fall autumn breeze creeping its way on in. Things are getting cooler, the days are getting shorter, and I'll be honest with you, the fall, autumn, it's my favorite time of year. A lot of people get sad when the summer's over, but you know what? To me, this is when I start to celebrate. You got Halloween, a change of seasons, Christmas. I can do without New Year's. And what better place to be than upstate New York, the Hudson Valley. You gotta come visit this place, especially this time of year. I'm about 90 miles north of New York City, which is just a short train ride up the Hudson River. Check it out. You guessed it. You guessed it.
Personally, I like the crisp walnut a little better.
So what's interesting, although the Halloween merchandise was just released, I have this pamphlet. Christmas items have been announced. If you want to pause the video, take a look at what that says right there. Crazy. Whoa. So I went to Yankee Candle. The intention was not to buy anything Halloween. I already have my Halloween items, but there is a new candle that I didn't purchase yet. I had to get it. And what's inside this bag is going to be the basis for the rest of today. And that's going to be crisp fall night. See that? I'm going to go around and I'm going to try to find some folks, strangers, get some opinions based on this candle. The biggest question is, does it smell like fall, a crisp fall night or evening? I have my thoughts, but like I said, more interested in what other people want to say. Like those people. I want to know what they think. To them, does it remind them of the fall? If not, what does it remind them of? What do they smell? Does it evoke any emotions, memories, feelings? Does it remind them of somebody or something in their past? These are important questions when it comes to a candle. Got the candle. It's time to get in the car. Let's move around. Gonna have to find some coffee at some point too.
Candle.
It's kind of hard not to.
You have another new fall favorite
Oh my
fragrance
gosh,
that you want to tell
yeah.
us
I started
about.
telling everybody about it. I picked it up by accident, but Crisp Fall Night. So this fragrance is amazing. It is a little like woodlandy, woodsy, a little bit of lavender, but then it has a little bit of a cologne feel. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
fans,
I have to do it. I always
fans
have
have
to do
been
it.
calling it the new boyfriend candle. So for those of you who have been following us, about a year ago, we had a trend called the boyfriend candle, and someone on Tumblr called Mountain Lodge our boyfriend candle, but recently we've been getting a lot of tweets and comments that this one is the new competitor for the boyfriend
Really?
candle.
Well, that's not a bad thing to be, I guess. So for you girls looking for boyfriends, right here.
Down here they have the nice restaurants, they have the cafes, the antique shops. I see a Pilates place right here. I see an Irish pub right there. And what's great about these little tucked away hamlets is that they attract artistic folks. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. So if I said the words to you, crisp fall night.
Rust, leaves, artwork that I did with the nun when I was a kid. And you'd outline it and you'd get rid of that black.
Yeah.
So you'd have this leaf with all these colors that you had made underneath it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I think of with fall. Anyway, enough of that.
So I like that because this is an important topic with me. You didn't just talk about smells, you talked about memories, emotions. And to me, that's really what the heart of what fragrance is all about. It's kind of what it brings you back
you
to.
associate, like you know, they even say you make cookies when you want to sell your house, and it's true.
Really?
Oh yeah, you make chocolate chip cookies. And people walk in the house, they smell homey.
I see.
Oh yeah.
That's interesting. I've
No,
never
but a
heard
house,
that.
I have a friend, she has a
Yeah.
house that smells, she uses patchouli and other stuff, but she also cooks certain ways and she uses certain spices, and when you walk in her house, that's what I smell. I don't smell, I mean, it's like, I think of that smell when I'm even
Yeah.
going over there.
Yeah.
So.
And what I have is this brand new candle. We know Yankee Candle, right? Everybody knows Yankee Candle.
Okay.
I want you to smell the inside of that lid there. And just, I think, first tell me what you think you might
I
smell.
smell a man.
You smell a man.
Oh yeah, it smells like kissable neck.
I like it.
No, it is. That's what
Yeah,
it smells like to me.
Yeah,
It smells very nice.
Very-
It's masculine to me.
I like it.
It smells like cologne to me more than anything.
You think,
I'm not smelling fall.
Yeah.
But see, fall to me is pumpkin pie, apple pie, you know, pies or bakery goods.
Yeah.
Apple cider with cinnamon sticks.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Those kind of smells to me are very fall. I like right off the
Hot
charts.
caramel apple cider,
Yeah,
apple cider
right.
donuts. Do you like the smell? Would you burn that? Buy it?
I'd only give it for a present because I like only very subtle smells
Yeah.
in my house.
Yeah.
No, you know why? I think the reason why I'm stuck on the cologne thing, I think a guy I used to go out with had a really similar smell.
Yeah.
But that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah. Right, so we have some locally made candles. The cranberrybarn.com. Check them out. Moonlight Path. Ooh, you know what? I just smelled all of these. Moonlight Path, that's certainly my favorite. Goat milk soup. You know what? I love this. Check that out. Lettuce. Lettuce soap. Lettuce. It smells like lettuce. It's lettuce. And it's made from goat milk. As strange as you might think it would be, I would use this. I'd probably use it for hand soap. I wouldn't use it in the shower. But I would use that. When I say crisp fall night, what sort of aromas would that entail?
I don't know. What would have? I don't know. That I never really thought of.
Yeah, it's hard, right?
Just
To
like
try to-
leaves, maybe. You know what I mean? Like
Leaves.
leaves or something like that. Like a musty leaf. Natural smell.
I always say like forest floor, you know, when you get that mixture of soil and rock and
exactly,
dead
like
leaves.
that. Right.
I think that's what
That
you're
aroma.
going for.
Yeah,
And
like
then
a pile of leaves. Well, which candle is that? Yankee Candle?
this is a Yankee Candle, so one that everyone's familiar with, but this is a brand new fragrance.
Why not?
So it's called Crisp Fall Night.
It smells like blueberries to me.
Blueberries?
I don't know. It smells like caramel or something. Like
Caramel?
something sweet.
Yeah.
It smells something sweet.
Like
Macy's department store, man.
Yeah.
Exactly. They hit it right on the head, I think. Anybody ever tell you that?
Yeah.
Macy's fragrant counter.
Okay. So it's called Crisp Fall Night.
Light in the past. Yeah, it kind of is a little bit sweeter. Very good. Fall, you know, when you think of fall, don't you think of really warmer, spicier, like pumpkin, squash, all those kind of warmer things?
I say lavender. Does that mean something?
Yeah.
It smells like Macy's department store.
Cool.
And
Yeah, you smell a little sweetness to it, but I kind of smell like that rich, leathery kind of rich man.
young professional on Wall Street.
Yeah. I prefer that kind of scent over like vanilla, cupcake. Like I'm not into the food scent. I like more like either a cologne or a clean.
I'm guilty of that myself. Would you burn this?
Yeah, I would.
So, Macy's approval? Yes or no?
I like it.
She likes it.
The name is a little off. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate this.
No problem.
And who knows, I might come back soon. Apparently, Harley Quinn has got a new line out. I wonder what the Flash smells like. We got what we call the Crisp Fall Night. So just the lid. Smell that. And tell me if you smell anything recognizable, how you would classify it.
I would say, I want to say like it smells like something new, like going to like a brand new like apartment or a brand new house or something.
Okay.
Like that, like something like it just smells fresh and new. I would go more on the manly side of it as opposed to, I would anticipate this like more in like a guy's apartment than like a woman's apartment. I would definitely buy this. For sure, yeah, because I like it. Yeah, or even like a guy's car or something like that. Almost, not so much like a leather, but maybe like almost like a soapy leather. If that makes any kind of sense, because I get like a little bit of like that, but then like a clean smell as well. I don't know. When I think of fall, I think of more of like the leaves, like that kind of almost like a brisk kind of smell. Like I don't smell fall in this. I like this smell. I would totally buy this in a heartbeat. But I don't smell crisp fall. Like literally, if you didn't tell me what it was, I wouldn't say like anything fall. I don't know like where I would go though with like naming it. Maybe like something like dusk, like something dusk, you know, like evening time or something like that.
From dusk till dawn.
Not something like that. Yeah, not nice to me.
see that train right there? And if you look closely, there's some kids swimming in the Hudson River right there. I told them not to drink the water. So I got a lot of great responses today on this candle, crisp fall night. But I think it's only fair that I share my comments on it as well. So if you give me a moment, I'm gonna smell the candle, give you a breakdown of aromas, some of the descriptors that I get on this candle. All right, so here we go. Now let's talk about fruit. Fruit is not an obvious one. Fruit is something when you smell this candle is probably for most the last thing that's going to be on your mind. But there is some fruitiness here. So let's start with that. A Yankee Candle employee told me perhaps bergamot. Not that I disagree, but I'm not going to go there. The gentleman, Peter from the Apple Bin, said something about blueberry, which I think he may have been swayed based on the color of that wax. If there is some berry fruit that I had to classify, it would be in the black fruit arena, more in the blackberry, the boysenberry, the huckleberry, things of that nature. There is a fruitiness here, but for me it comes in the form of lime zest. Now it might be different for you, but to me when I smell this, I just can't help but get that nice lime zest right off the top. Now, deeper into the mid-tones of this candle, I'm getting more of a floral. Now, this is where Yankee Candle's description is pretty accurate. I think no one can deny that there is a lavender presence in this candle. It doesn't jump up and scream in your face, but if you give a moment and you search for it, it's there. Not much, but there's definitely an herbaceousness to this candle. We could talk about florals, we could talk about things above and beyond lavender, but I think we would be amiss to ignore saying something like rosemary or perhaps a certain variety of sage. Now the consensus today was that this was a very masculine candle. I think that that's what they're going for with this candle, that this was a little bit more of a luxurious perfume cologne approach to this recipe. And who knows, I think this might be something that Yankee Candle is really striving for these days. Now here are some of the things that might not jump up as being too obvious. Maple syrup, did we think maple syrup? Yeah, that's definitely in there. What about coconut? Coconut meat or coconut oil, a raw coconut. Roasted hazelnut, caramel. These are a lot of notes that might go overlooked, but I'm definitely picking them up on this candle. If you are familiar with gins that are distilled with juniper berry, this might be a little familiar to you. Almost makes me think that this aroma profile would make a wonderful flavor profile for an amazing cocktail. And there's a reason why I picked this dock behind me to do my assessment, because there's definitely a woodiness here in this candle. Now Yankee Candle describes it a little bit differently. They make it sound as if it was a little bit more of an earthy, woodsy, forest floor aromatic, and I'm not going to deny that some of that is probably in here. I'm getting a little bit more of like that sandalwood, things that are commonly in their sea or beach scented candles. I think most people are going to walk away thinking of this candle as a very masculine, very manly candle, something to burn in the bathroom, barber shop. You know, it just has that kind of, but it is beautiful. I enjoy this candle immensely. Do I think it smells like a crisp fall night. Now that's a loaded question, because do I? Well, a lot of the things that I mentioned that this candle smells like fits that category, even though some of the people I interviewed didn't happen to agree. I think the larger portrait that this candle makes far greater than an autumn evening or a crisp fall night. This could be many different things. I love it. I would burn it. I'm gonna wait for that sun to drop and see if this reminds us of a crisp fall night. Now I know what you're gonna say. I'm not burning the candle. I'm just sticking my nose in the jar. And if I burn the candle, I'm gonna get a much different aromatic experience. And you're absolutely correct. When you give the oils a chance to volatilize and fill your house with its aroma, sometimes, most of the time actually, it is going to act differently. A classic example of this real quick is apple cider. Apple cider is one of my favorite Yankee Candle scents, but when people just smell it out of the jar, they're like, ooh, there's too much cinnamon, there's too much nutmeg, too much baking spices. But if you give that a chance to burn and fill your room, that cinnamon, those baking spices mellow out dramatically, and the apple, that oxidized, beautiful apple cider, apple sauce, apple pie aroma really starts to shine through and fills the room. So keep this in mind. I'm not burning the candle today. I'm just sticking my nose in the jar. I have enough experience doing this where I can at least make a pretty good educated guess how that candle is going to act with flame or heat, or both. Flame, heat, I guess just heat if you're using a tart warmer. Okay, now I'm making it a personal mission to get tons of great content and videos up and live as soon as possible. So even if you're remotely interested in fragrance and in candles and are super passionate and excited about exploring and learning about elements of candles that you may not be familiar with, hit subscribe, watch our videos. Hopefully you won't be sorry. I got a lot of ground to cover, a lot of questions to ask, a lot of things to learn. It's a long journey. It will be a long journey. Night has fallen. Is my book of matches? How much do I owe you? Oh, thanks so much. Have a good one. So this is what I associate with a crisp fall night or evening. It's just an iPhone I'm recording this on, but take a moment and listen. You hear all that? Yeah. There's a definite feeling in the air that fall is here. Also, roasted hazelnuts, coconut,